You're the strong one, the composed one, the one who listens while everyone else falls apart. You nod, you give advice, you stay steady. And then later, when the door is locked and the house is quiet, your chest tightens and the tears come. Not dramatic, not loud, just honest. And you might sit there wondering, why can I only cry when no one is watching? What is wrong with me? Here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with you. In fact, this pattern often belongs to people who feel deeply, think carefully, and learned very early that showing emotion in public comes with a cost. Today we're going to unpack what's really happening in your brain and nervous system, why emotional containment feels safer than visible vulnerability, and how to create spaces where you don't have to hide parts of yourself to survive. Crying is not a personality flaw, it's biology. When you cry, your parasympathetic nervous system activates, especially pathways connected to the vagus nerve. Your breathing shifts, your muscles soften, stress hormones begin to lower. Tears are not just emotional, they are regulatory. They help your body complete a stress cycle. So if you only cry in private, it doesn't mean you're dramatic. It means your body only feels safe enough to regulate when you're alone. That word safe is everything here. The brain doesn't just scan for physical danger, it scans for social danger. Your amygdala constantly asks, will I be judged, misunderstood, dismissed, exposed? If at any point in your life the answer to those questions was yes, your system adapted. You became composed. You learned to hold it in. You became efficient at containment. Emotional containment is the ability to pause or suppress visible emotion in order to function. Surgeons use it in operating rooms. Parents use it during chaos. Leaders use it in crisis. The problem is not that you can contain emotion. The problem is when containment becomes your only mode. If you grew up in an environment where tears were labeled dramatic, weak, manipulative, or inconvenient, your nervous system learned that vulnerability equals instability. So now, even if you logically know some people are safe, your body still waits until solitude to let go. That's not irrational, that's conditioning. Your prefrontal cortex might say, it's okay to cry here, but your amygdala whispers, better not risk it. There's another layer. Many private criers carry an identity around being the stable one. You might pride yourself on being reliable. Low maintenance, not a burden. You're the friend who shows up, the sibling who mediates, the partner who absorbs tension. Over time, that role becomes fused with your self-worth. If I fall apart, who am I? If I need too much, will I still be respected? So you become the container. You absorb other people's emotions like a sponge. You process them. You manage them. And yours get postponed, not erased. Postponed. Emotion that is postponed doesn't disappear. It waits. And when you're finally alone, the postponed becomes present. Biologically, suppression has consequences. When you repeatedly inhibit emotional expression, your sympathetic nervous system can remain slightly activated. That means low-level stress, muscles that never fully relax, sleep that feels light, a mind that overthinks at night. You may tell yourself you're just tired, but often you're emotionally backlogged. Think of your feelings like emails. If you archive everything without reading it, your inbox still knows it's full. Crying in private becomes your late-night processing session. It's not weakness. It's delayed digestion. There's also empathy in this pattern. People who cry alone are often highly attuned to others. You anticipate reactions. You imagine how your tears might make someone uncomfortable. You picture them scrambling to fix you or minimizing what you feel. You'd rather spare them that. So you swallow it. That's social intelligence, but it can turn into self-erasure if overused. When your default response is protecting others from your vulnerability, you slowly teach yourself that your raw emotions are disruptive. They're not. They're human. Now let's go deeper. Crying in front of someone requires two things: emotional awareness and relational trust. You likely have the first. The second is more complicated. Trust is not built on time alone. It's built on repeated experiences of being seen without being shamed. If you haven't had enough of those experiences, your nervous system stays cautious. It's not about drama. It's about calibration. Your body asks, has this person earned access to my softer layers? If the answer feels uncertain, it waits until you're alone. Some people also link crying with loss of control. You might fear that once you start, you won't stop, that you'll overwhelm yourself, that you'll say too much. This fear often develops in people who learn to self-regulate without much external comfort. You became your own stabilizer, so public tears feel like stepping into unknown territory without armor. Again, intelligent adaptation. But adaptation can become limitation when it no longer serves your growth. So what can you do if this pattern feels heavy? First, begin by normalizing your private crying rather than shaming it. When tears come, instead of thinking, here I go again, try observing the sensation. Notice where it starts. Is it your throat? Your chest? Your eyes? This small shift builds interoceptive awareness, your brain's ability to read internal signals. The more familiar your emotions feel inside your body, the less threatening they become in any setting. You're training your nervous system to see feelings as data, not danger. Next, experiment with graduated vulnerability. Not a dramatic public breakdown, something smaller. Share a mild frustration with someone you trust. Let your voice shake a little without immediately apologizing. Hold eye contact for 1 extra second when you say, that actually hurt. These micro moments teach your amygdala that expression does not equal catastrophe. Think of it like strengthening a muscle. You don't lift the heaviest weight on day 1. You build capacity slowly. Another powerful shift involves language. Many private criers minimize their emotions verbally. You might say, it's not a big deal, I'm just tired, I'm being dramatic. Notice when you do this, words shape neural pathways. When you downplay your feelings, your brain receives the message that they are excessive. Begin practicing neutral acknowledgement. This affected me. I'm feeling more than I expected. I need a minute. Calm. Direct, not performative. This retrains your identity from strong equals silent to strong equals honest. It's also important to check the environment. Not everyone deserves front row seats to your vulnerability. Discernment is healthy. The goal is not to cry everywhere. The goal is to have at least one relational space where you don't have to fragment yourself. If that space doesn't currently exist, therapy can be transformative. A regulated, non-judgmental presence helps recalibrate your nervous system. Over time, your body learns that tears can coexist with connection. Now, let's acknowledge complexity. If your private crying is accompanied by persistent hopelessness, numbness, panic attacks, or intrusive thoughts, this may go beyond personality patterns. Depression, anxiety disorders, trauma histories, and certain attachment styles can intensify emotional suppression. In those cases, professional support is not a weakness, it's precision care. Your brain and nervous system deserve skilled attention just like any other organ. For those who resonate more with emotional intensity than clinical distress, here's something empowering. Your ability to contain emotion means you have strong executive functioning. You can delay impulse. You can assess context. That's a strength. The invitation is not to lose that strength, but to balance it with safe expression. Regulation is healthiest when it includes both control and release. Think of a river. If you dam it completely, pressure builds. If you remove all structure, it floods. What you're aiming for is flow with boundaries. I want you to imagine a version of yourself who can say, I'm overwhelmed, without collapsing. Who can tear up in front of someone safe and stay present in their body? That version is not more dramatic. It's more integrated. Integration means your public self and private self are not strangers. It means the person who cries at night is not hidden from the person who smiles during the day. They're parts of the same whole human. As we close, remember this. Crying alone is not proof that you're weak. It's proof that your body waits for safety. The deeper question is not why do I cry in private? It's where can I build more safety and connection? Start small. Notice your internal signals. Practice honest language. Allow one trusted space to see a little more of you. And when tears come tonight, if they do, let them. Not with shame. With understanding. Your nervous system is not betraying you. It's trying to protect you. And protection, when guided gently, can evolve into permission.